Mahabharata is the major epic of ancient India. It is about attaining the four goals of human life. The story of Mahabharata contains every possible human emotion. Therefore, it is said that what is not found in Mahabharata is not found anywhere else in the world. Author of Mahabharata. The author of Mahabharata was Vyasa. It was written in Sanskrit language. He was also known as Krishna Dvaipayana because he was dark in complexion. He was called Krishna, and as he was born on an island, he was called Dvaipayana. Hence, he got the name Krishna Dvaipayana. Other names of Mahabharata. When Vyasa wrote Mahabharata, it was called as Jaya or Jayam. After that, when this was recited by Vyasa's disciple, sage Vaishampayana, to King Janmejaya, with some additions to the story, this was named as Bharata. Then, in the forest of Naimisharanya, Suta Mahamuni recited the story to Shaunaka and other sages, with some more additional stories, and then it was called as Mahabharata. It is a tradition to start Mahabharata with the word Jaya. The chapters of Mahabharata. The chapters of Mahabharata are called parvas. There are two versions for classification of the chapters of Mahabharata. One version divides the entire story into 18 chapters or parvas. The other divides it into 100 chapters. First chapter of Mahabharata. Adi Parva is the first chapter as per 18 chapter division of Mahabharata, and Anukramanika Parva is the first chapter as per 100 chapter division of Mahabharata. Main story of Mahabharata. Major part of the story is about the descendants of the lunar dynasty or the moon dynasty. They were called Kurus. The core story of Mahabharata is about Pandavas and Kauravas fighting for kingdom, which ultimately led to the great war of Mahabharata. It is considered as the longest poem ever written. It follows a story within a story structure. Mahabharata is a history. Mahabharata is considered as itihasa or history. It is not a myth or fiction. In many parts of India, we can find real places that have identifications with Mahabharata. Kurukshetra, Hastinapura, Indraprastha, Karnal, Mathura, Dwaraka, Gurgaon, and many more. Also, in various parts of India, there are temples erected by Pandavas when they lived in the forest. Popular works and stories in Mahabharata. Some of the famous works that come from Mahabharata are the Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranamam, origin of river Ganga, birth of Garuda and Nagas, Nala Damayanti, Ekalavya, and many others, including the story of Ramayana and Hanuman. These stories emotionally connect with everyday lives of people. In Mahabharata, there is no one or nothing completely good or completely bad, because human emotions and behavior are not always completely black or white. How Mahabharata starts. Mahabharata starts with a chapter called Adi Parva, where a sage named Suta Muni visits Shaunaka and other sages in the forest of Naimisharanya. On the request of the sages, Suta Muni starts telling the story of Mahabharata. How does Mahabharata end? Mahabharata ends with a chapter called Swargarohana Parva, in which King Yudhisthira finds his four brothers, wife, and relatives suffering in hell and Kauravas enjoying heaven. On seeing this, Yudhishthira becomes intolerant. But after a short time, he finds that all his brothers, wife, and relatives attained divinity and obtained the supreme worlds. On seeing this, King Yudhishthira assumed divine form and finally merged with the god of Dharma or justice. Then the story concludes with a description of various merits obtained by a faithful listener or reader of the auspicious and sacred story of Mahabharata.